You broke the mother code to keep each other's children safe. That's what we do. We keep each other's children safe.
I'm truly sorry, I didn't mean for this to happen. I have a heart, I really do. So
I just don't even know where the mindset starts. And to do it to a child that already has challenges. Any harm that any jail I impose upon you cause doesn't even compare to the harm you caused that child that day. Nothing that you will go through will compare to.
I'm not sure we'll ever be able to overcome the guilt I feel as a parent because I was not able to protect my son from this woman. She refused to hear my pleas to understand my child's disability. I blame myself that I did not fight higher with what she said to me on the very first day. They say I can't hit kids, so I don't know what you expect me to do with him. The call was to report that Miss Jefferson did to my son, but for a moment, the world stopped, and I waited to hear the child had been killed. And she tells my autistic son that she won't help him as he begs, screaming for help. Yet knowing that Miss Jefferson repeatedly slapped my disabled child as he was restrained on a special education bus, it's forced me to grapple with my faith in humanity. Jace had to move to another school system after this abuse, and for a child with autism, that change can be devastating. Miss Jefferson has shown absolutely no remorse this entire case. At her arraignment, she stated that she had another school bus aide job set up in Ohio and laughed as she told Judge Simpson that she needed this to be done with so she could once again work with children. This was abuse. This changed a child and a family's life forever. This caused national outrage. I am a forgiving person, so Miss Jefferson makes that very difficult as she walks in the courtroom as if the entire process was an inconvenience for her, as she rolls her eyes and pouts in her chair. I pity her. I pity how she has been hardened by this world in such a way that she feels the need to take frustration out on an innocent child. You broke the mother code to keep each other's children safe. That's what we do. We keep each other's children safe. You betrayed this code and me when you lied to me and talked about being a single mother and having a schizophrenic son and how you had my back and you're looking out for me. It was all lies.
Obviously, there is a 60-month probation recommendation, which is quite serious, and she is understanding that she will have to comply with that. There's also a 15-day jail recommendation, and Ms. Jefferson would just like to ask if there was any way for the court to suspend that, as she has significant health issues. She is a person that multiple people in her family rely on. She would lose her job and lose the stability that she provides for multiple family members.
Jefferson, anything you want to say to the court before I impose sentence? And if you do, you need to come up to the podium.
I truly apologize from the bottom of my heart because I lost my first child, especially as a kid as well, but I would never abuse a child. I take full responsibility. Something like that. I'm truly sorry, I didn't mean for this to happen. I have a heart, I really do. So
Let me first start out by at least this court's last observation. You know, Miss Jefferson, as I listened to you start out your elocution, you turned around to Jace's parents and you, I guess, the way I look at it, or what you portrayed to this court was sort of a very sort of shorthanded shrift of what Jace's mom just got up here and said.
yes, I understand.
No, I don't think you do. I really don't think you do. Because after making what maybe in words was an apology, but certainly I don't think in one's heart was an apology. Every next, ma'am, if you want to continue to, no, I'm just going to tell you, if you want to continue to allocute, I'll let you do that. Okay? I will let you say whatever you want to say to this court before I impose sentence. I will not be interrupted once I begin my sentence. So if you have more to say, please do. Well, thank you for allowing me to continue in my court. But after that, and I'll just call it what it is, because that so-called apology just now, everything that then came out of your mouth was not about Jace. It wasn't about what happened that day. Everything that came out of your mouth was all about you. About why you can't do this, why you can't do that. And I guess that's fine because it's your sentencing, but that video, what you did to that child, I I don't even understand, to be honest with you, how that whole process started out. I just don't even know where the mindset starts to do what you did. I don't think you understand. And to do it to a child that already has challenges. I mean, Ms. Jefferson, it might have been certainly bad enough and would have been horrible had it been on a 7-year-old that doesn't have disabilities, doesn't have those things in life that make sometimes life difficult, who could maybe verbalize to you what's going on. That would have been bad enough. But you have Jace. Some of those things he can't do. And you know that. I mean, that's part of the problem. You know he can't. And maybe in some bizarre twist for you that made it okay because he can't tell, because he can't in some ways verbally defend himself. I don't, even if in the moment, and I don't think this is the case, but even if in the moment you sort of lost control, lost your head, because everybody that happens. But then what people do is they reflect upon what they've done. Maybe one advantage to you reflecting upon that is that there's a video of what you did. I listened very closely to the testimony that was in the case, and it was almost as if it were planned that that's what was going to happen that day. It was almost as if I'm going to hand you this child, he's screaming, and we're just going to, I can't put it, we're just going to strap him down. That's what we're going to do. Not for a good reason, as if to make the child's life better, but solely to make your life better and easier at that moment. Some people don't think maybe I'm paying attention sometimes, but I watched you, how you acted through that entire trial. I listened to you today, and I have to agree, you have no remorse. You have no understanding of what you've done. None. I'll be honest with you, if that were my child, I do not know that I could have even tried to address you. And as I look at you even right now, it has no effect on you. It is as though you don't care. It is a sentence of the court. You will serve 60 months probation. You will pay $655 fines and court costs, $1,800 probation oversight fees. How are you going to pay that, man? There is to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete the anger habits program. You are to complete 50 hours of community service. You're to complete 100 hours of community service. I'm changing that. There's to be no contact with Jace Wookie or Jamie Nelson, directly or indirectly. Do you understand that, man?
Yes, sir.
There is to be no use of any type of corporal punishment toward any child. You understand that, man? There is to be no assaultive, threatening, or intimidating behavior. You are not to possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
With regard to the jail sentence, ma'am, you know, I don't mean to be flippant about it necessarily, but I'm just going to tell you this. I don't really care if you lose your job. I really don't. Because what you did to that child that day, what you did to somebody's baby that day, in my mind is inexcusable. Any harm that any jail I impose upon you causes doesn't even compare to the harm you caused that child that day. One day, that 15, 20 minutes, the harm you caused that child. Nothing that you will go through will compare to that. And you need to understand that. And if it takes you a while to sit in the Washtenaw County Jail and think about it, well, I got 360 reasons why you may have to start thinking about it. Court orders 365 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. I will give credit for 2 days served. Defendant is remanded to serve an additional 30 days as opposed to the 15. Defendant, and then the balance will be suspended. Defendant's remanded.